Hello there, EDISON players. Welcome back to another tournament match review. Today we are doing round 3 of the ELLO February tournament that was held last weekend. We're gonna see Paul on the left versus Thomas on the right. Thomas, a previous ELLO champion, versus Paul, who has several top cuts, but no win for him yet. Maybe today is the day. Thomas gonna start out with Rota, searching for DD Warrior Lady. And yes, he is on dragons again. One of his favorite decks, seems like. Gonna set 3 cards, 1 mystery monster. What could that be? It's Morphine Jar. Has to be, right? Paul is gonna solo recharge, discard Celestia, mill Arcus, Pot of Avarice. Let's see how good is his hand. Gonna summon Aaron. And that's gonna hit with Dimensional Prison. So that means Thomas is gonna be able to flip summon the TD Warrior Lady, get in for 1500 points of damage, and Paul has Gorse. The Chibi Gorse. But yeah, banishing that Aaron, pretty good play, because it's usually a one-off, so that's one name that can never hit the graveyard. Let's see here, Paul has to keep Mirror Force in mind, definitely. It's gonna play Brain Control. That's potentially a lot of damage. Switching token to attack position. Yeah. And Gaius in main phase 2. The summon seems to be successful. The target is the middle back row, and that's the Starlight Road. Hey, Starlight Road. Pretty good card against Twilight. You know, taking out Celestia, Judgment Dragon. Gonna see Red Ice Wyvern attacking over the token, which was at 15. And yeah, bit of a slow start for Thomas, it looks like. No explosive future fusion, no super rejuve plays, just taking it slow. So this is probably like a bit more trap heavy version. We saw the Dimensional Prison already. Summoning Lila. Targeting that middle back row. Dimensional Prison. Okay, so is there a Mirror Force there? This is gonna be the moment of truth for Mirror Force. No, there isn't. So that is 900 points of damage and 24. Thomas is getting low. This might be his last turn. And face Lila mills the wolf, of course. Thomas not scooping it up yet, so he probably has something in the bag. Just gonna set a monster and pass turn. Solo recharge, so gets to draw, gets to mill. Nothing too spectacular there. Yeah, that's the Warrior Lady for the wolf. And Gaius is gonna clean it up, so yeah, unfortunately no big comeback for Thomas here. So let's head into game number 2. Yeah, Thomas starting off with Upstart Goblin, Gold sarcophagus. I wonder what he's gonna banish. Yeah, the future fusion. And setting 2. Guard Trooper coming down for Paul. Signing in the Royal Decree against what is presumed to be Trap Dragons at this point. And no Dimensional Prison. Yeah, maybe Thomas sided out the Dimensional Prison, that would be understandable. We do see a copy in the hand. But it's not being set. That's risky. You want a prison Guard Trooper, right? Unless Thomas is playing Cyber Dragon and is high rolling for them. Big thing here. But just attacking for 19. And here we're seeing a deep prison. But Thomas accidentally revealed his back row. Was that a bottomless? Also Incarnation, taking back the Raiko. Pitching the Plague, that's pretty good. And just setting the Raiko, I presume. Yeah. So the Future Fusion added to the hand. But first, Upstart Goblin. And Rota for Warrior Lady. Summoning Exploder Dragonwing. Presumably to clear the Raiko so that Future Fusion gets to live. Yeah. Attacking over the Raiko, destroying the set Bottomless Trap Hole. And then main phase 2. Thomas seems to fear the potential Space Typhoon or Dust Tornado. Yeah, not yet playing the Future Fusion, super controlled. But yeah, we saw earlier that Thomas has a Dimensional Prison in the hand, so I think you can just try the Future Fusion. And if that gets hit, you still have your Deep Prison as a follow-up. But now, the Mirror Force is gone, so it's time for a Future Fusion, revealing the 5-headed dragon. Sending presumably a combination of Wyverns and Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragons. Let's see it. That's Wyvern. Quackimero Drago, Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon. 2 copies. I think he also sent 2 Wyverns. Is he gonna bring both of them out in the end phase? No, because he normal summoned this turn. Now would be a good time for a Heavy Storm, but we did see Starlight Road in game 1. And Thomas still has that Dimensional Prison in the hand, so not setting it. So maybe there is no Starlight Road. Another Dimensional Prison, okay. Drawing all 3 of them. That is 1 on Future Fusion. And now end phase, bringing out the Renaissance Metal Dragon. That's good because if it is a set Raikou, it has to deal with Renaissance Metal Dragon, I think. Instead of going for the Future Fusion. Ideally, Paul just has a Celestia and can take out both problems at a time. Unfortunately, no such luck. A Gareth is summoned, so here Raikou would be big actually, potentially getting the extra draw. And Paul sitting at 10,000 life points pretty comfortably. He's not instantly gonna get one shot or anything, so yeah, let's see what Paul decides to do with his Gareth. Yeah, at this point I don't think the set is a Raikou. Maybe it's a Necrogarna. If it is, then a Mistworm would be huge. But we're gonna see Karma Cut on the Plague Spreader zombie. Oh, that is painful, painful. Beautiful ultimate rare Karma Cut as well. Yeah, this shift in momentum might have been a bit too big to come back from. Gareth attacking the Red MD, but yeah, Dimensional Prison. So presumably there was an Honest in hand. So that's 5-headed dragon. Paul is gonna double check the effect. Yes, you can beat over it with a light monster. Very relevant in this matchup. Red MD brings back the Prime Material Dragon, and indeed it was the Necrogarna. So 28 connects. Is the 5000 gonna connect? Looks like it is. So this draw is gonna have to be big for Paul. Paul of Avarice. And he has to put back his Necrogarna as well. Yeah, these Dimensional Prisons have been putting in work. Yeah, Paul is gonna need spectacular draws of this Pot of Avarice to come back from this. Especially with the Prime Material Dragon there as well. Gonna normal summon Jane. And Solemn Judgment. Yeah, Thomas also realizing, yeah, there has to be an Honest in the hand. And Paul is gonna scoop it up after getting the Jane Solemned. So, woof. Very interesting game 2. We are gonna dive straight into game number 3. And Paul gets to start this one off. Yeah, this is how you want to open with Lightsworn. But Thomas with the Spear Dragon is gonna punish the potential Raikou set. And it is Raikou, so that's 1800 points of damage. Woo! Love to see it. Milling a Lila, Tragoria. So Chaos Orc is live, we're halfway Judgment Dragon. And Thomas with a 2 back row. Paul, as we saw, brought in a Royal Decree from the side deck. Monster Reincarnation, pitch Honest to grab back Raikou. Wow, this screams Beckoning Light to me, but setting the Raikou, okay. Thomas again, a bit of a slower start. Is Paul gonna fall for the Gambit? well, fall for is hard to say. If he had a Celestia, that would be pretty intense, especially after hitting that bottomless trap hole. Recharge, gonna try to get to it. Didn't find the Celestia, but does find the Judgment Dragon. Is he gonna blow? Yeah, pay 1,000. No, trap hole cannot be activated. That's a special summon. So Bolt loses. Royal Oppression was set. And now he has a Lilac Judgment Dragon, putting Thomas on a 1-turn clock. End phase mill 7. There is Necrogarna, but also the second Honest. So that's good to know. For a moment I thought Thomas was offering the handshake. Yeah, counting the light zones again. But yeah, now Paul is in a pretty commanding position. Soul Release, okay. I guess Thomas does have a way to clear the board. Soul Release is gonna, make sure there's no follow-up. Not targeting the Necrogarna to force it out, or is he? Yes, is going to target the Necrogarna. That forces out the Necrogarna. I'm not sure whether Soul Release has to banish all of the targets. Yeah, looks like it doesn't. And Thomas just setting. And using Compulse on the Judgment Dragon. Okay. So this Judgment Dragon is not alive. Yeah, Thomas is pulling some desperate moves, but that's what you have to do at this point. Bolt of Avarice, that one is still alive. Putting back like the Honests, the Card Trooper as well. And drawing back to a full hand of cards. Normal Summon Plague, going for a Synchro 8. Is gonna be Brionac to play around the DD Warrior Lady. Yes, we are going to see Brionac, Bitch Wolf gets in for 23. So Thomas at 1,000 life points. Now has to play around Brionac as well. Does he have the cards to do it? Yeah, Paul with at least 2 cards in the hand, so and Thomas is gonna have to do a desperation play. Normal Summon the Warrior Lady to crash. And hope that Paul doesn't have the last 200 points of damage. Yeah, Normal Summon Raikou does it. Ah, Car Trooper. Yes, that does it as well. Okay, so Paul moving on in this tournament as the winner of this match. Guys, I was Ryan Atlas. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like this video and subscribe if you haven't also already. Bye.